Hey guys, Matt here from WorkStory, here to give you a very quick run through of what it takes to put together a performance review for one of our team members. Just be a super quick guide as to the main points that we should be paying attention to as we go through. So the first thing I'm going to do is navigate to team member, go to Jamie, and we go to the reports tab. From here, I'll create a report for her. And on this page, we have this set up naturally, and we can go through and we can retitle this. We can adjust the date range if we need to something more custom. These other filters allow you to pick and choose if you want to include or not include certain things. But if you don't touch these, then basically it'll be referring to everything that's been collected for the team member. The only thing you may or may not want to do is include or not include scores. So if you don't want the team members to see the actual numbers and the metrics, you don't have to. From here, we have two options in terms of how we want to do this review. One is the WorkStory AI approach, which is basically just we'll create the performance review for you where we can. The traditional approach is the go through and write your own notes. I'm just going to do that to provide us a more sort of thorough walkthrough. We'll click next. And we just flow through the steps here and add notes as needed. So step one is the open feedbacks. This is feedback that the team members already had access to throughout the year. If I would like, I could create a note and pull in some of that feedback to that note, but I'm just going to skip through this step. Next step is the performance categories, probably the most important step of the whole thing. And what you can do as a manager is open up each category, read through the feedback for that team member, and then provide your own note. You can add a note just by saying, typing something quickly. You can also, if you'd like, add in some of those feedback comments just by clicking the Add to Notes button. You can see it just pastes it right in that note there. If I wanted to, I could, paste in multiple pieces of feedback and do something along these lines, sort of like feedback to be discussed. Something like that. So at least we know these are some comments that we're going to be talking about. We're not sharing who they're coming from necessarily. And if I save that note, that's added to this specific category for us to reference. Again, something to be aware of is when we export this, if we choose to as a PDF, the individual team member cannot see all this information here because it may not have been shared openly beforehand. So this is my opportunity to pull in some of those comments if I feel it could be helpful. If we'd like also, as a time-saving element, we can just click Generate Note with AI rather than doing the entire performance review. In this case, the system's just going to go through, read through all the feedback and summarize it for you. And you're free to edit this, delete this as is necessary. So, main process, flow through the categories, read through the old feedback that's come through, and then provide notes if you think it would be helpful. Next step is goals. If the team has goals, if the team members provided goal updates, you can open them up. Read through the updates if there are some, and then again provide notes as needed. And the last step is the performance summary, where again you can see how the team member has done over the entire course of the year or the quarter. Provide a note here. You can also pull in a template. If you'd like to build templates, we can work with the team to construct specific templates and answer these questions and save that note as well. And then the final step is just a preview of everything you've done, all the notes you've added to the different areas of the performance review. And then the final step is a couple of other things we can do. One is status. So this is, are we done with the report? If so, we can finalize it. In which case, any tasks associated with reviewing the performance review for myself or other team members will be closed out. In this case, I'll leave it open, and I'm going to share this with we'll share it with Jamie directly, and when I do this, she's immediately notified that she has a review available. There's a task created for her to open and read through the review. She can't see any of the feedback, but she can see the notes that I've already written. If I don't want to share with her anymore for whatever reason, or if I did it accidentally, I can simply uncheck this, and now she's unshared. She doesn't have a task. She can't access the review anymore. And then the last thing we can do is we can download it if we want. If we just want to pull out the PDF, once we're all done, we can click Download Report and it'll save the PDF for us. So in this case, we'll just finalize and we're done with this review.